Hello, welcome to TiTop channel. In this video, we will introduce you top 10 of the best phones with the best camera quality. If you are looking to buy a phone with a quality camera, watch this video. Before starting, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Number 1 is iPhone 13 Pro Max. The iPhone 13 Pro Max is undoubtedly equipped with powerful technical specifications compared to the member of this family. We have not seen a different design than the previous generation of the company's flagships, but Apple usually adds to its camera capabilities every year. The back panel uses 3 cameras including a 12 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 12 megapixel telephoto camera. There is no difference in terms of megapixels, but in terms of features, there are fundamental differences that are often overlooked by users. The main camera with a 26mm lens and a pixel size of 1.9 micrometers. Ultra-wide camera with 120 coverage and 30mm lens, telephoto camera with 3x optical zoom and 77mm lens. The cool thing about the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max is their aperture, which means that the phone's camera absorbs maximum light when shooting and captures image with the highest possible detail. Number 2 is iPhone 13 Pro. iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max are on the same level in terms of camera specifications, and there is no significant difference between them. Both phones have 3 cameras on the back panel. It includes 12 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide and 12 megapixel telephoto, and there is no specific explanation for the iPhone 13 Pro because they are similar. Number 3 is Pixel 6 Pro. Google has once again claimed its Android photography crown. The Pixel 6 Pro has incredible cameras, thanks to upgraded hardware and powerful software chops. The end result is something that can go toe-to-toe with Apple and even evenly trade blows, especially with their night mode, night sight. The 50 megapixel main camera sensor lets in 150% more light, while the 48 megapixel telephoto lens sports 4x optical zoom and 20x digital zoom, and the 11 megapixel front-facing camera has a 94-degree field of view for ultra-wide selfies. Not only do you get the best cameras on an Android phone, but the Pixel 6 Pro sports the new Tensor chip, which lends itself well to things like computational photography and new Google Assistant. If you are in the Android camp, this is the phone to get if you want the best mobile photography experience. Number 4 is Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Samsung didn't make major change to the camera setup on the Galaxy S22 Ultra, but the enhancements over the S21 Ultra are very welcome. For starters, the 108 megapixel main camera has a larger sensor letting in more light. A super clear glass over that lens eliminates flare when you're shooting in twilight and at night. The end result is better low light photos and some sharp images when using the Galaxy S22 Ultra's night mode. Other camera improvements to the Galaxy S22 Ultra focus on the software side of things. You now get adaptive pixel technology for combining 9 pixels into 1, enhanced AL high-res processing and 4x faster multi-frame processing. Portrait mode benefits from AL stereo depth maps to better separate your subject from the background of the shot, and a video auto-framing feature recognizes up to 10 people and keeps them in focus when you are shooting. Ultimately, the top Apple and Google camera phones remain ahead of Samsung's best efforts, but only barely. This is the camera phone to get for Samsung fans. Number 5 is Google Pixel 6. While it might lack the telephoto lens, the Google Pixel 6 is still a powerful camera phone. You get the same 50 megapixel main and 12 megapixel ultra-wide sensors in a slightly smaller body. Photos come out clear and crisp, even though we notice some color inconsistencies in some photos. Still, the Pixel 6 is the best camera phone for most Android users. You'll get stunning landscape shots, portraits, and selfies. And with all of the new AL-based photography features like Magic Eraser, you have a lot of your disposal. Number 6 is Google Pixel 5a. The Pixel 5a from Google is by far the best camera experience under $500 as our Google Pixel 5a vs iPhone SE shootout proves. New to Google's phone this year is the addition of a 60 megapixel ultra-wide camera. The Pixel 4a from last year only had a 12 megapixel camera, though it alone was extremely good. But the Pixel 5a also has a serious hardware upgrade to help it process photos faster and better. The Snapdragon 765G in the 5a is the same processor you'll find in the Pixel 5 or Pixel 4a 5G. While it's not the best or newest Snapdragon around, it's still powerful enough to perform some serious photography magic. Number 7 is iPhone 13. The best iPhone for the average person. The iPhone 13 features notable improvements over its predecessor. Not only is the battery life significantly better, but the cameras got some upgrades too. First and foremost, the sensors are larger now, letting in more light to help with indoor and night photos. Besides just the excellent cameras, you get the photographic styles and cinematic mode that the Pro models have. Though you lose out on the telephoto lens and wider apertures, you nonetheless get a fantastic photography experience for a very reasonable price. Apple even upped the base storage to 128 GB while keeping the cost to you the same. Number 8 is Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. The photo features on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus aren't as extensive as those on the S22 Ultra. But then again, the price tag isn't as large either, as the S22 Plus cameras are quite capable, especially after the Samsung boosted the megapixels on the main shooter to 50 megapixel. The sensor is larger on this year's phone too, so the Galaxy S22 Plus lets in more light for sharper photos in more challenging settings. The main camera isn't the only one to see some improvement. The telephoto lens on the Galaxy S22 Plus now supports a 3x optical zoom instead of the hybrid zoom that the S21 Plus had to offer. That means less noise when you zoom in on a subject. Throwing other features like 8K video capture at 24 frames per second, an auto framing feature for tracking up to 10 people when you are shooting video, and advanced stabilization features for minimizing shaky video. And you have got quite a capable camera phone for less than $1,000. Number 9 is OnePlus 9 Pro. The OnePlus 9 Pro's main sensor has a 48 megapixel sensor, which is really great, but not as much as rivals Apple and Samsung. The colors in the image taken with this sensor are not very accurate and turn a little blue, but they are really great in terms of brightness and sharpness, and there are no problems in these two parts. It can be said that the photos taken with the main lens are very good in general, but when we get a little smaller, we realize that this sensor loses to its competitors. And now the 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor of this phone, which can be said to be the best ultra-wide sensor we have ever seen in smartphones. Number 10 is iPhone SE 2020. The results simply speak for themselves. The Pixel 4a has an advantage when it comes to nighttime photography, as well as shallow depths of field, portraits, and digital zoom. That said, the iPhone SE is nearly as capable in many scenarios, as it benefits from many of Apple's sophisticated imaging techniques, like Smart HDR and semantic rendering. Because the iPhone SE lacks ultra-wide or telephoto lenses, it's not perfect, though its camera is far and away better than those inside the vast majority of other similarly priced models you can buy today. Overall, if you need a new handset and don't have much to spend, and especially if it has to be an iPhone, there's simply no better deal out there right now. Thanks for watching this video. If you are looking for other products, subscribe to our channel and watch the rest of the videos.